We wanted KIRA RUDYK, a Ukrainian MP, to be here this evening. She wanted to be, but couldn't. But we do have a video from her to you, to all of us this evening. And on this Europe Day, we thought there was, thank you. And on this Europe Day, we thought that this was a really key part of what we're talking about. Much as we celebrate Europe and everything positive that it embodies, it's also got huge responsibility loaded with it. And I want all of us to embrace that responsibility. And KIRA RUDYK here, you may have seen her across social media or across your media. She's a passionate ambassador for her country, currently facing the Russian aggression. She has seen it up close, very close. So please, this is an address to you from KIRA RUDYK, MP in Ukraine.
Hello, dear friends. I am KIRA RUDYK, member of Ukrainian Parliament, leader of the Liberal Political Party Voice, and Vice President of ALDE. I am speaking to you from Kyiv, Ukraine. It is such a pity that I cannot address you in person, but let me just start with thanking you for all the help and support that you have been giving us throughout this path. On behalf of Ukrainian people, we know, understand, and appreciate that you are working tirelessly so that we can get what we really, really need. We are right now at the 11th year of the war. And what we need from our allies is to switch the paradigm from helping Ukraine fight to letting us win the war. And it implies so many things. First and foremost, it is making sure that all the political promises that have been given are actually become weapons in the hands of Ukrainian soldiers. And that has so many different things that we have heard over the last 2 years actually to start happening. Since the day one, we have been begging for the air defense systems and the fighter jets so that we just simply can go to bed every night knowing that we will wake up in the morning. And it is not given in Ukraine right now, and we still, every single day, desperately need those systems. The Patriot systems, additional air defense systems, and of course the fighter jets that have been promised and promised and promised, and they are right now hopefully be delivered to Ukraine at some point this summer. Second aspect is of course ammunition. We know that Russia ramped up their military production so they can manufacture up to 3 million pieces a year. Unfortunately, our democratic allies can only do about 1/3 of this amount. And as you can imagine, even if you are a genius military commander, if the difference between the ammunition pieces is 3 times, it is incredibly hard to gain some initiative at the battlefield. So what we need in this matter is for the military production in the countries of our allies to ramp up accordingly. And we know that it takes time. But for us, we have already been fighting for 10 years to win this time. And so for how long do we need to sacrifice our men and women so that we will give enough of the time for the military production to be at some comparative weight? Third point is sanctions. We know that Russia's economy was stronger than anticipated, and most of all it was stronger, and they are able to continue manufacturing missiles and weapons because they are able to get what they need, the particles for it, from the Western countries, maybe paying a little bit more, maybe jumping from through more of the hoops, but they are still able to do that. We have seen some of the sanctions working very well, and it was where there was a total control on them. So we really hope that it will be possible to put the right pressure so that Russia just simply cannot get what they need to manufacture more of the weapons to get and kill us. Next step of letting us win the war is making sure that Russia's assets are being confiscated and used for the sake of Ukraine. We understand that our allies cannot indefinitely support us, making sure that you're getting into the pockets of the taxpayers. We know that. We understand that. This is why we offered this solution of confiscating Russia's money, making sure that Russia is paying for the rebuild of Ukraine, paying for helping us to win the war. And there has been a progress in this matter, but still there was not a dollar that has been sent to Ukraine that has been out of Russian money. And we need to make sure that this happens. And I want to remind you that when the Congress have voted for the support of Ukraine and delivering us a 61 billion package, Russia's propagandists were crazy not about that. They didn't care about more weapons being delivered to Ukraine. They only cared about the confiscation aspect and about them and their allies losing some of the money. So this is exactly where it hurts, and we need to hit them where it hurts. The next item is the energy infrastructure. And as you know, right now, we are in a terrifying state where the majority of our infrastructure is being destroyed, and the Ukrainian energy grid is in one step away from the blackout state. It is absolutely devastating, and we need to be able to prepare for the winter. The question is, how do we do that? And that ends up in getting and needing more air defense systems so that not only we can protect our citizens, but also that we can take care of our energy infrastructure. It is incredibly painful to be sitting in a bomb shelter, not only hoping that our air defenders will be able to take missiles down, but that they will have a means and having enough of the missiles from our side to take them down. And they wouldn't have to look over their shoulders in saving some of the missiles for something else. It is incredibly painful. On a last and personal note, some of you know that on January 2nd, there was a missile hit near where I live. It was a Russian missile Kinzhal. And it was one of the most devastating experiences of my life. My windows were pulled out of their frame and thrown into the middle of my room. Part of my house was destroyed, and we spent a lot of time and efforts on rebuilding it. Right now, I'm sitting at the rebuild room, where we put a lot of Ukrainian items to show once again that life prevails over death, and that our spirit cannot be broken by the attacks that are there to break us. So this is my room. And not only we were able to rebuild it, we were able to make it better. And I'm so grateful to everyone who was there to support me throughout those times. And also, I want to assure you that the spirit and the feelings that we have and our goals, they have not changed. We are here in our country, in our land, with our freedoms. We are willing to win the war, and we have already put so much to make sure that it will happen. We already have paid an enormous price. So there is one path for us, is to win the war. And what we need right now is you by our side, making sure that you pressure the government to do the right thing and execute on everything that we were promised, so that we can go finally hit where it hurts and win, not only for ourselves, but for the security of all of us. Thank you so much, and glory to Ukraine.